Welcome to a brand new episode of Bearish or Bullish. I'm Julie Alexandria here with JC Peretz. How are you, JC?
What up, Julie? How's Mexico? How's Hawaii? Just living the dream over there, huh?
Listen, 75 and sunny, endless summer. I'm chasing it.
Good for you. Enjoy it.
I will. And speaking of hot summer weather, let's get right into it. Let's talk summer doldrums. You know, where I'm from, they call it the dog days of summer when it comes to baseball, as I know you are familiar with. But let's talk summer doldrums as far as the economy goes. Bearish or bullish?
Listen, I'm bullish that the summer doldrums are here, and I'm bullish recognizing that they're here. I mean, listen, we don't have to pretend that it's not the middle of August. Like, we don't have to pretend it's February or pretend it's October or November when markets behave differently. It's the middle of summer or middle of August, even slower. A couple of weeks from now, past Labor Day, after the second week of September or so, that summer hangover's over, back to business, baby. You're going to start to see the volume coming in. You'll probably see a lot of consolidations that we've seen over the last 6 months resolving one direction or another. But there's probably going to be less of this boring nothing than we've been used to. But right now, it's just what it is. It's middle of August. What do you want?
But will the messiness continue if you had to predict?
Listen, we've been trying to answer this question since March, and the answer has been probably messier for longer, and that continues to be proven right. So if you're going to ask me now, what's the higher probability? Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So messy for longer. I think that's really what it is. If you look at the small cap index, I know we mentioned it, the range that we've been in since February when small cap stopped going up, that range, that chart of the IWM, I think tells the whole story of what this market has done for the majority of 2021. There are some stocks that are doing well, and we've talked about some of those. There are some stocks that are doing very poorly, and we've talked about and traded short some of those. And most stocks really aren't doing much. And that's the story of the market.
Yeah, at what point did you kind of look at small caps and think to yourself, okay, this is a pretty true representation of what's happening. This is like a barometer.
Yeah, March, right? So we made new highs in February, then made new highs in March for 2 days or something, and then failed. And microcaps also failed. And technology also failed in March. So that was that moment where it's like, ooh, now we're below overhead supply. So this ain't going to be pretty for a while. Here we are 6 months later, and we're still in that range, right? Then, speaking of the NASDAQ, sure, the NASDAQ might be making new all-time highs, but the advanced decline line is pushing down near the lowest levels of the year. So in terms of the average stock or the median stock, things are not good. And if you just look at what the S&P 500 is doing or what the NASDAQ 100 is doing, you're not going to see that, right? There have been opportunities on the long side, plenty of opportunities on the long side, and there have been great opportunities on the short side too. Alibaba, for example, was a great short for us. Fastly was another great short for us. And then on the long side, some of the financials have been working. And then look at the mid caps. There have been individual mid cap names breaking out, doing well. Take a look at some of the Dutch software names. I don't want to give it all away. There aren't that many Dutch software companies, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know where to look.
I saw you tweet that out, actually, which, by the way, guys, if you are not following him, JC All-Star Charts on Twitter, one of the best follows I know. All right, let's talk crypto for a second. Cardano, bearish or bullish?
Man, I own a ton of this stuff, right? So the idea was to buy the breakout of above $140, which were those former highs from early 2018 when they all peaked in the last cycle. So the thesis was if we're above the last cycle's highs, gotta be long. And so I bought a lot of it. And, so far it's working out great, but we really want to continue to see those higher highs, higher lows, the relative strength in Cardano, not just relative to Bitcoin, but relative to Ethereum. I think there's a lot going on there. Obviously, it's up like 60% in the last week. So the risk reward certainly wasn't what it once was, but the trade remains the same. The thesis is if we're above the former highs from the last cycle, I think you got to be long. How high can we go? I don't know, 3.5, 5, 10, why not? 3-year base, big base.
To the moon, YOLO. Question for you, who told you about Cardano?
Who told me about Cardano? Honestly, I'm a junkie for the new highs list. And then when I look at the market cap, scale, the list of the cryptos by market cap, Cardano's 4th. So it doesn't take you very long to find that one.
I told you about Cardano.
No, you told me about
Yes,
the
I did.
You told me about the Polygon.
And I mentioned Cardano as well.
I'm sure, but Cardano's an old school name, but you definitely brought up the Polygon. That one I give you credit.
That's true. I put that on your radar with Polygon. Let's talk Alonzo for a minute. You don't like this name. You're not big on this name.
I mean, honestly, for a smart contract protocol, Alonzo is a stupid name. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, listen, I know I'm out of my wheelhouse here. I like to stay in my own lane. So maybe there's like something smart behind that. But at first glance, Alonzo, I don't know. I think it's a stupid name. But honestly, most of these cryptos I think are stupid names too. So it's not really anything new. And then, but when it comes to what Cardano's doing behind the scenes, like I said, I'm not like an expert in that. I've watched some YouTube videos just because I'm generally curious. When something's like your biggest position, it's like, hey, maybe I should find out a little bit. But I wasn't finding anything out about the company until after I had already bought it. So it doesn't really play a role in my decision making. But listen, I'm like a junkie when it comes to this stuff. Like I'm a nerd. Like I like to learn. Like, oh, okay, they got this new smart contract. That's cool. I mean, that's how you learn things, right?
Of course, and you have an open mind. But you talked about staying in your lane. What's with Helium? Bearish or bullish, and what are you doing in Helium,
I mean,
JC?
look at the chart of Helium. It looks fantastic. And then, I mean, I'm trying to mine it. I bought some of these damn machines. They're hard to get. They're expensive. I'm on all these waiting lists for more of them. And then I got it. I tried to plug it in. I can't connect to the network. Like, this isn't me. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm going to go to the beach for a few days. When I get back from the beach, I'm going to get myself a glass of wine and I'm going to try to figure this out. And if not, like I'm friends with like a zillion of these like crypto people and internet and computer dudes and whatnot. And I feel like one of them can help me do it. And maybe I'll figure it out on my own. I doubt it, but I'm going to try.
Listen, it's always good to expand.
Yeah,
okay, well, it is the summer. The heat is real. But sweater weather is not too far off. What are you most looking forward to this fall? NFL, football, sweaters? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, college football, definitely. There's nothing better than college football. Miami Hurricanes are going to win the national title. De'Ara King's going to win the Heisman Trophy. We're going to start out beating Alabama. You heard it here first. Miami upsets Alabama Labor Day weekend. They're favored every other game. They win out, and then I'm worried about the ACC title game against Clemson. So that's really how I see things going.
What do you want to wager on that Bama-Miami game?
I don't gamble. I think the odds in gambling, I think it's stupid, right? There's much better odds in the market, much better risk versus reward. I can control those things. I can't control the outcome of a football game or the bad calls the referee may or may not make. So for me, I don't bet it, but I'm in. I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? I am in, baby. Let's go.
Listen, you gotta be in to go up against Bama. All right, that's gonna do it for this edition of Bearish or Bullish. Be sure to check us out on YouTube. Check out our show, and of course,
we didn't give a final trade.
Oh, we didn't do it. I'm sorry.
Okay. The ticker symbol for those who like shorting mid-cap industrial stocks is going to be KRNT, Cornet Digital. The specialty industrial machinery company, nasty bearish divergence, nice risk reward. We only want to be short if we're below 125. If we're above 125, I think you leave it alone, Julie. Below 125, I think you stay short, you cover at 90. That's the trade. What do you think about that? You putting it on?
I like it. I like it. Gold coins. This is why we listen to you, JC. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the show. And thank you guys for watching. You can always check out this and so much more at allstarcharts.com.
So what's up with the Central Coast? What's your favorite Central Coast wine? What's your
Paso
favorite varietal?
Robles. You know what it's? I'll tell you. I'm going to date it too. That would be adjusted from 2015 and earlier, before the big conglomerate took over and came in, big corporate monsters who kill everything. So I'm going to go with a Justin.
Kill everything but shareholder value.
Well, listen, I'm just saying, we're talking wine quality with a fabulous Cabernet.